All right, let's talk about some tips and tricks for our length assessment. In the map below, the dotted line represents 4 directions to reach a treasure chest. Use the ruler provided to measure the length of each dotted line to the nearest centimeter. Okay, that's important that you know, well, what side of my ruler do I need, centimeter or inches? Okay, so you need to use your reference sheet that I've been attaching that you should have lots of practice with. And I'm going to look at the centimeter side. This says centimeter. Okay, so I start at the 0. I line it up. This looks like it goes from 0 to 5.5. So it's not quite 6. So this is 5.5. So 5.5. Let's take a look. This one looks like about 6.5. It's not quite 7, right? So I'm a little past 6. So this looks like 6.5. So 6.5. Here, start at the 0. This looks like about 6.5, right in the smack dab in the middle between 6 and 7. So this is 6.5. And here's this big one. So start at 0. Looks like that's not quite 10. Smack dab in the middle between 9 and 10. So it's 9.5. So 9.5. You could also write this. This is another way to write this. Is 9.5, right? This one also could be written as 6.5. This could be written as 6.5. This could be written as 5.5. Okay, both of those mean the same thing. Which measurement is closest, so that means it's not going to necessarily be exactly, of the total length. If I'm solving for total, I need to add in centimeters of the dotted line shown on the map. So I have 5.5. I have 6.5. I have 6.5. And I have 9.5. Well, a half and a half makes a whole. And a half and a half makes a whole. Okay, so let's come back and add our 2 wholes in a minute. So I have 6 and 6 is 12. 12 plus 5 is 17. 17 plus 9, we'll add 10, that'd be 27. Take 1 back, will be 26. So 26 plus my 2 for my halves equals 28. So which one is closest? Well, would 11? Absolutely not. 27, that's pretty close. 23, nope, that's not very close. And 31, well, 28, 29, 30, 31, that's 3 away, where 27 was just 1 away, right? So our answer is B, 27 is closest. Number 2, Mrs. Richardson is putting a tile border in her hallway with her rectangular tiles like the one shown below. Use the ruler provided, so that's going to be your reference chart. Use your ruler provided to measure the line segment below of the tile to the nearest inch. That's important because I didn't know. Do I use my inch ruler or do I use my centimeter? So they want inch. How long will their tile border be in inches if Miss Richardson uses 13 of these tiles? All right, well, let's see what just one of them are, to the nearest inch. So that's my centimeter, so that's not what I'm looking for. So here's my inch side. Let's see. So I start at 0. So it looks like one of her tiles is 3 inches long. So one tile is 3 inches, right? They want to know, what if she has 13 of these tiles? So I could always use gex. I know I'm using different groups. Divide, multiply. I know there's going to be how many groups? There's going to be 13 groups of tiles. They each are 3 inches long. So we're solving for the total inches. So how do you do that? You multiply. So 13 tiles. They each are 3 inches long. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 1 is 3. So if I have 13 of these, it's going to total 39 inches. Number 3. Ricky caught 2 grasshoppers. Use the ruler to measure the length of the grasshopper to the nearest what? Centimeter ruler. Okay, so here's my inch side, so I need to turn it over. So here is my centimeter side. So let's look at it. Looks like daddy grasshopper. Looks like daddy grasshopper is 9. See, it's closest to 9 centimeters. And it looks like maybe mama, let's see. Mama, I go all the way from 0 to 7, is 7 centimeters. All right, let's see what we're going to do with these numbers. Which measurement is closest? So then that means this might not be exact. To the difference. Difference means to subtract in centimeters between the lengths of these 2 grasshoppers. So I always start with the daddy number. So 9 minus 7 is 2 centimeters. Sorry. So I know the difference is 2. Number 4. Clarissa bought a spool of string for her kite. The spool had 240 yards of string on it. How many feet, so we're going to feet, are equivalent to 240 yards? So they want to know 240 yards is equal to, they want us to solve and put it in feet. So we're going from yards to feet. Well, here's my reference chart. I know that 1 yard is equal to 3 feet. I know that 1 yard is equal to 3 feet. So how many yards is there? Okay, so if I'm going from yards to feet, right? Yards is bigger than feet. So I'm going from a greater unit to a smaller unit. So that's horse to fly. What? Multiply. So I have, how many yards was there? There's 240 yards times 3 feet. Let's see. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 4 is 12. Regroup to the hundreds. Keep your 2. 3 times 2 is 6. Plus 1 more is 720 feet. So not 80. That's not near enough. 720, possibility, 480, and 60. So our answer is G. The picture below shows an alligator and a frog sitting beside a pond. Which measurement best describes the actual length of a full-grown adult alligator? So looking for an adult alligator. Let's think about it. 10 feet. Well, 1 foot is about a tile here in our classroom, right? So you think this could be 10 tiles here in my classroom? Well, maybe. I know that 10 millimeters. I know that millimeters are almost exactly the same as centimeters, right? Actually, they're even smaller than a centimeter. So would 10 centimeters make sense? Well, a centimeter is about the length of my nail. But if we're talking about an actual adult alligator, it's going to be way more than just 10 of my nails. No way. 10 inches? Well, I actually have 10 inches here. So just a little bit longer, right? A little bit longer than my ruler. So 10 inches, there's 12 inches on a ruler. So that's even less than a foot. Is a full-grown alligator less than a ruler? No. And 10 centimeters, or again, centimeters and millimeters are about the same. So 10 of my fingernails, that's way too small. So the only reasonable length is 10 feet. All right, guys, I would recommend printing this test because you are going to have to measure on here. And hopefully throughout the week, you've also printed out your reference material, okay? You're going to practice measurement using your reference chart. You got this.